What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to talk about Hoppy, your maybe second favorite frog on the Ethereum chain. And I've actually been thinking about this project a lot because it's shown a lot of good points of strength as of recent. And it's made me kind of reevaluate how good this project can be in this upcoming altcoin season that we're probably going to experience very, very soon, since October is a very bullish month, etc., etc. So more to come by the end of the video. I'm going to also tell you when, where I see the price landing. Overall, just my broader estimation. I obviously can't know for a fact what price is gonna achieve at the top, but I can at least draw my own conclusion, etc. Before we get started, obviously don't forget to subscribe. I'm bringing daily videos just like this every single day. And also on X, consider following me there. There's a bunch of alpha. And I want to remind you that BullX is actually coming soon with the V2 version. So they keep upgrading their product despite the fact that they have the best trading bot and DEX platform overall on the market. You can register with my link and you skip on the queue, get instant access and start trading just like I'm doing right now. All the links are obviously in the description. So Hoppy, if you're not aware what Hoppy is, it's actually, I want to correct myself because I obviously need to correct myself when I say wrong things, which I'm human. It's not gonna happen sometimes. And Hoppy is actually the OG frog created by Matt Fury. I was seeing conflicting sources, but I did some digging. And yes, Hoppy from the Night Riders came before Pepe from the Boys Club. So in theory, this is the original green frog created by Matt Fury. As you already probably know, I'm very bullish on everything that is created by Matt Fury, and I think those are going to be some of the best memes for a risk to reward ratio this upcoming bull cycle. And given that it's the first frog, it's also on Ethereum, just like Pepe is. A lot of people are gonna think, in my eyes, that, oh, I missed the original Pepe, I can't make that much money with that, but perhaps I maybe have a chance to make a shitload of money with Hoppy, and that would make sense. Tokenomics, everything makes sense. There's nothing weird about it. I mean, it's funny, otherwise you have a terrible sense of humor. Phase 3, take over the meme universe. I think it's very achievable. I'm sure that they can actually take over. As you were remembering, I was warning people a little bit that we would have seen a bit of a sideways action. So in fact, we've seen some minor drops and then highs and lows. It keeps ranging. I think that this is still a decent entry, to be completely fair. And if I run the Fibonacci retracement, you can actually see that we are close to this bottom of the range. So obviously, if we're seeing anywhere below this line, just to make it very simple for you beginners out there, it's a crazy good discount, and anywhere towards this range is also considered very cheap. And if we start breaking out in these ranges, it becomes diminishing returns. So I think that this would be the golden zone, especially close to this area that I was pointing out right there. But even a beginner, I think, can understand that right now it's still very cheap prices overall for accumulation. It's not something that is going to make you rich overnight, in my opinion, but rather something that you would probably hold for 4, 5, 6 months and to expect a big peak into memes in Q1 at some point next year. That would be my take. The volume is not super high, but considering that this is a meme on Ethereum and the volume in the market right now is pretty trash overall, because obviously we are still in a very bearish phase of the market before things become parabolic, but that doesn't change in this very moment. We're still in a very bearish phase because the volume in meme coins, especially Ethereum, is not that high, and on Ethereum people make a smaller number of transactions and with higher amounts, because obviously the gas fees on the Ethereum networks are expensive. Where would I buy this? I would honestly buy this on BullX, as I was mentioning right now. It supports pretty much every chain out there, so I would do Ethereum mainnet trades on there as well. It's also worth noting that Hoppy is getting listed on a variety of centralized exchanges, perhaps not like the Binance that you would expect, but still to some minor tier 3 or tier 4 exchanges, which definitely does the job and definitely helps the project get out there, which is what you want at this phase of the market, right? It's funny. I think it's hilarious. I think that the meme content that they're making on X is actually quite funny and some of the best in the game. And the community seems very active. At the end of the day, hype and community are the only things that are going to drive the project forward and what is actually going to make the project successful in the long run. So how do I feel about it when it comes to price prediction? When it comes to price prediction, am I crazy to say that this is going to surpass the 1 billion? I don't think I am. And in fact, I think that 1 billion, considering all of these things, should be quite straightforward. So if you think about where we went and where we dropped between a 70 to a 80% from the all-time high, which is actually what we're seeing as a correction for the majority of altcoins. And I want to remind all of you new beginners and newbies that haven't gone through a previous bull run that this is completely normal. And usually all these altcoins that manage to correct this much actually end up doing around a 10 to 15x on top. So by doing the calculation that I was saying before, if we went to do a 10 to 15x from this very level, you would see that even just a 10x from here would make it a 750 million. So let's say that we go to 1 billion in market cap, 15x from the previous high. If actually I make the calculation for now, it will be around a 40x from this very level. So in my opinion, definitely possible, and it will be very realistic to what we've seen as a previous altcoins. If I see the majority of altcoins that dropped around 80%, a lot of them pumped 10 to 15x when it comes to the bull cycle. So if we want to be relatively conservative, I think that anywhere between 750 million to 1 billion, so that would be between a 30 to 40x, would be quite realistic. And then if we want to be more optimistic and perhaps even realistic for some people, we will end up between the 1 to 1.5 billion range, which would put it around a 50x or something like that. And then anywhere past the 1.5 billion in terms of market cap, in my opinion, is too moon boyish and a little excessive. So I would say that as my bet, I would keep this between the 750 to 1 billion in market cap. But that is obviously just my personal opinion. Does it mean that you're not going to sell anything until it goes to 1.5 billion if you think that it goes to 1.5 billion? Absolutely not. In fact, you should have a proper, clean exit strategy. So even if it goes to those crazy levels, you need to take your profits sooner than later. Otherwise, you just have a number of paper, and then let's say that you want to sell at 1.5 billion, but it goes to 1.2 billion. You didn't take any sort of profits, even if you did a 50x or whatever, and you are an idiot for not taking profits. So always have a clear exit strategy in place. And the way that I can help you in clearing up your exit strategy is obviously if you join my private group, you're going to be able to see when I buy and sell any crypto. It's way more important. Keep this in mind. It's way more important to see when I sell a crypto than when I buy a crypto, because when I sell, you're actually going to be able to take profits in your pocket. So I can't stress this enough. Obviously, link is down in the description, first one, and also the QR code that you see above my head. I do also recommend the lifetime membership. That is the best value for money that I can offer right now, especially because you get access for life to my course bundle, which is constantly updated with new lessons, and it's just been finished, but obviously I'm gonna update it periodically. I hope to see you there and help you out with your crypto investing journey. And until then, take care for now.